Hey everybody, Mark Davis joining you right after our Thursday, September 12th, 2013 program. Let's take the post-Obama Syria speech happiness inventory. Ready? President Obama, happy. Why? Because he has managed to sidestep what would have been an almost certain congressional bloody nose, as the House and Senate would have gathered together to say, no, sir, we're not going to let you use military force against Syria. Vladimir Putin, really happy. He is perceived as having sort of led the entire agenda, sort of led us around by the nose, if you will, guiding us through his talented hand to some type of resolution, because all Putin wants, since he now heads up a country that is essentially a big lumbering third world nation with nukes, all he wants now is to be a world player, and heaven knows he is one now. And let's see, Bashar Assad, really happy, maybe the happiest guy of all, because he's going to be in power for a while. And that retroactively makes Putin happy, because Putin and Assad are BFFs. They're happy. And obviously what Putin wants is for Assad to be in power to stem the rise of the same kind of people that we don't want to see in a post-Assad power vacuum. Your Al-Qaedas, your Muslim Brotherhoods. Because Putin has his own Muslim extremist problem. Down there in Chechnya, the southwestern portion of the Russian Federation, you got the streets just teeming with all kinds of Dzhokhar and Tamerlan Tsarnaev brother kind of guys. Folks who don't mind blowing up innocent people to make a political point. Putin has a problem with that, as do many European nations, quite frankly. And so he's fine with Assad. And in fact, the largest Russian military base that's not in Russia, guess where it is? Syria, that's right. So everybody's happy. Assad's happy, Putin's happy, Barack Obama's happy. Why am I not happy? I should be at least a little bit relieved, because my own personal road to Damascus conversion had involved a journey, maybe some of you were with me on this, where I started out with conditional willingness to go along with the president's latitude to conduct a military operation in Syria. Assad certainly seemed a deserving target of one. And the president certainly, I do believe, has the constitutional right to do something quick and, doesn't fall short of full-scale war. But I did say conditional support. And the conditions there were that it be well thought out, well planned, tough enough to really affect what's going on in Syria, unapologetic, muscular. I know. What was I thinking? It's these people. Are you kidding me? And that's where I came to the realization that it does matter who the commander-in-chief is. Remember the talk shows we were doing? God, it seems like forever ago, but it was like 2 weeks. I remember saying things like, I didn't vote for Obama. I actually hate that he's president. Please, God, give me another better commander-in-chief in January of 2017. But for now, he's all we got, and he gets to do this. So, okay, let's see if he does this. But that's in a vacuum. That's a sort of a set of principles that is in a vacuum. Does a president get to do this? Yes. Will you sometimes have presidents that you didn't vote for? Do they still get to do this? Yes. But that's in a vacuum. It became less a matter of does he have the right to do this, which he does, with was it right to do this? Was there a logic to it? And so the things that had weighed on this pan of the scale of my willingness to be tolerant of an Obama-led military intervention, well, soon what happened, there were bricks that got laid down on this part of the scale. No plan of how to get in and how to get out. No notion of who we're actually doing this for. Where are the good guys? I know you have the Free Syrian Army, but do they have a lot of guns and a lot of money? I don't think so. Guess what? Al-Qaeda does, Muslim Brotherhood does, so they probably would have been just eaten alive, perhaps literally in the streets of Syria. So there was really just no good way for this to go. So there's John Kerry standing there one day saying something that now looks for all the world to be a canned, planned aside. It was I've gone back and I've looked at the tape. I've examined it like the Zapruder film. It's just so programmed. Of course, everything Kerry does is as wooden as a marionette, but it just seems so programmed the moment at which he just kind of adjusts his stance and his rhetoric and says, well, what Syria could do is put all those chemical weapons under international scrutiny, but they would never do that. Maybe I'm seeing it through jaded eyes. But and I'm not Mr. Conspiracy Geek, but I think there's a plausible scenario that says that President Obama got with him and said, John, you're going to do this because I'm about to get my nose bloodied in the Congress, and Putin wants to be a world player, and God knows I'm prepared to let him because I don't want to be one. And Assad wants to stay in power, and I'm not in the mood to knock him out. So, John, you're going to say this and make it look natural. Asking John Kerry to do something that looks natural. That's just a moment of comedy. And so he was there, and so Kerry issues those words. Well, what Syria could do is put their chemical weapons under international scrutiny, but they'll never do that. What? Instantly, the Russians and the Syrians go, oh, we'll do that. Awesome, great idea, let's go. They're in Geneva right now. Talking about this. Nothing happens this fast. So is the whole thing cooked and planned and just a little too tidy? I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. We'll continue to track this as we roll through the days together. On the Mark Davis Show, 7 to 10, Monday through Thursday. If you're watching this on Thursday, tomorrow morning, Friday, every Friday is Bill Bennett's Morning in America, which I'm blessed to host, 5 to 8 a.m. on a Friday, and then 8 to 10, two more local hours because I'm just not done talking. But I am here now, and thanks for watching and thanks for listening here on 660 AM The Answer.